You. Yeah, you over there. You look like a guy that likes to watch podcasts.
Come over here. Come talk to us from our podcast. Hey, guy, get the fuck out of my way on the Long Island Railroad.
Oh yeah, fucking that was awesome. You should have recorded that. That would be Welcome back, everyone, to the best podcast in New York. This episode of the Assassin Cast is for the week of August 12th, 2018. Man, I think in the bloopers that we're about to post, I think we should do like every date to see how many times I fucked it up. I'm Jeremy Malaspina, accompanied by the man of the hour, the legend himself, Mr. Daniel McCarthy.
What's good?
What's going on? It's not Doctor yet.
No, it will never be.
I know, I'm just kidding. All right.
I don't got enough heart in me for that.
Oh, man. So, in this episode, I usually would say we're going to be going over the following topics. But we have something a little different for you guys. We got a special episode, lucky number 22. So, in this episode, we're going to be talking about the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo and our time there. We're going to show our pickups from the expo. And at the end of all of that, and we are actually going to show some footage from the expo. But at the end of all that, we're going to do some bloopers. And you guys are definitely going to enjoy it because we do record sometimes in the beginning and sometimes at the end. So you guys are going to love it.
He doesn't always tell me too, so.
Yeah, I don't always tell him. So we're just on recording. So it's going to be a good one. This is going to be a good episode. So before we even get started, big shout out to Indonesia. Our last podcast, it reached like 24,000 people, and 500 of them liked the last podcast on Facebook. Now, I don't know how many of them watched the actual podcast because YouTube gives us different numbers, but it's definitely good stuff because a lot of people liked our page, so we're getting up there.
Trying.
So shout out to you guys over there. And also Brazil. There was a lot of people from Brazil. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the best podcast in New York.
Shout out to everybody from the expo as well, which I'm sure you do. Everybody that we met, everybody that encouraged us and gave us some feedback. Awesome.
Right. We appreciate it. We appreciate it all around. So let's get into that. So first things first, Long Island Retro Gaming Expo 2018 was off the chain. We both had a great time there. That's
Absolutely.
For sure. I got the pamphlet here. This is from the expo. And if we open up to the middle, I think it was the middle.
It's his proudest moment, ladies and gentlemen.
It was one of my proudest moments, I'm sure. Shit, where is it? I got so much shit in here. Oh, yeah. So we're going to go through all the swag that I got also. Some stuff that you guys might want to check out later on. And yeah, here it is. There it is for all your glory. The Assassin Cast. Oh, damn, we're not wearing the shirts today. Oh, shit. But you guys will see that in the footage. So, real quick, honorable mentions, real quick from the podcast. We want to give a shout out to the guys across the way from the Custom Arcade Machines. They do bar top arcades, and it says you could play all your favorite games. And they customize it to whatever you like. So if you wanted, full Pac-Man design on the side, they'll do that. They'll do any custom decals, T-molding, everything. Even the marquee at the top, they'll do customized for you. So big shout out to them, man. They were great. We wanted to record a little something with them while we were there, but we were all so busy. So, so shit happens. So honorable mention, shout out to you guys. And that's retrogamingmachines.com. So
check them out, guys. Absolutely.
right, and
Makes a lot of sense for what I always said. That's something that struck to me. I think I always tease Jeremy that I always want like an original Street Fighter 2, like World Fighter, like
right.
parked at my place right now, because that would be awesome. But what this place does is they create their own custom. You create your own customizable encasement, and then they're going to add in their own little chips that allow you to play like 5,000 games. They had like every NES, Super NES, N64, Sega. It really it was an awesome feel. And that's for the people that, you don't want to spend all that. You don't want to get like, what are you going to, it makes sense when I tell you, I have a nostalgic grasp for Street Fighter, but other than that, you could put one thing, could play all these games and have it like if you have a man cave or something you think about putting in your place, it's pretty fucking sweet.
No, it's definitely awesome. I think they had a good thing going on there. It's fully customizable to what you want, so it actually worked out. So I think that they got a good product, and they're definitely selling. And me and Dan actually encouraged them to go to the next expo that is on the East Coast, because I'm pretty sure they live on Long Island as well, just like we do. So the next expo is a video game con, and that is coming September 15th and 16th at the Meadowlands. And I think it's their first con. There's going to be a lot of people there, and we encourage them to be there because I think they got some good stuff. We're not going to have a table there, but we will be there. So you guys can come and check us out and talk to us. So yeah, they actually stopped by our table, and they wanted us to get a table there, but we didn't get to talk to them personally. So if anybody of them are watching this, contact us. Who knows? Maybe we will. We'll see. So other honorable mentions here. So for our Long Island viewers, which there's a good amount of you, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a good amount of you. We got another guy, Next Generation. They were hooking us up with the comics. So I don't know if Dan remembers. That's one thing I do not have here for our pickups. Is I picked up a sick ass Avengers comic with all of them on the cover. So they're located in Islip Terrace. So they said they have a lot of different comics there and whatnot. So we definitely had to mention them quick. Also, our friends at Video Games New York. What's up? What's up, Chris? I'm pretty sure it's Chris, right? They had their booth across the way. We didn't even realize it was them until at the end of the expo. So, all said and done, that was good. We also stopped at Retro USB and we checked out what they got going on. And actually, one of the things they had at Retro USB was a N64 to USB adapter, which is pretty sweet. So it's like if you have, I want to say some sort of emulator. One of the hardest things besides actually emulating the game, is the controller. It's very hard to map those buttons onto, let's say, like an Xbox controller or a PS2 or PS3 controller. It's hard to map those buttons. So they're actually coming out with a USB hookup, which is really awesome.
Yeah, the other games that were setting up at the GameCube. What company was that?
Oh my God. I froze.
Yep, pause it.
See, this is why we have bloopers, motherfucker.
In your hood. Walking around with a box cutter in your pocket and shit all the time.
That's right, man.
It's like you remind me of like A Few Good Men. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
You want me with you on that walk. You need me with you on East New York. I'll pretend. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Dan gave me shit. We're on right now. So Dan gave me shit that I walk around with a knife in my pocket. And when we were at the expo, he's like, what are you going to do? Go in there and cut somebody? I was like, listen, you weren't talking shit when we were walking through East New York. You were nice and comfy when we were.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Oh my God. Sorry, guys. This is how it is. We having some serious trouble. Matter of fact, I just ordered a lot of blank DVDs to start clearing out some of my computer because this is like crazy. But anyway, I got lost in what I was talking about. We don't even know what we talked about.
The last thing you mentioned was the USB for the N64, but I was wanted to ask about the GameCube. What was the name of those guys that do that? Because that was big time.
Okay, so that's Eon. They do the high def No, I'm sorry. They do the high def. Hold on, let me just block out his
component.
Yeah, it's like a piece that goes into the back of the GameCube, and you get high def. It goes, I think, 480p native from the GameCube, so you don't need those expensive component cables anymore. You just get one of their stuff, and
Regular
you're good.
HDMI.
Yeah, you're good to go. And I've actually seen it with if you have a game that does progressive scan, it looks fucking phenomenal. So we met Alan Chu, and he is actually the owner of the company. The company is Eon, and they actually make the high def. It sticks in the back of the GameCube. Comes in a little baby box. I think Metal Jesus and John Hancock. I think they all did a review on it, and it had no negative responses. It actually does its thing, and I'm pretty sure Alan Chu's going to get on the podcast for an interview, so we're going to talk with him. Definitely we spoke with them, and Justin, I think it was. Justin is also running that place. He was awesome. We didn't get to get his contact information on my way out, but I'm sure Alan will give it to me. I was speaking with Alan also when I was talking with the guys from NES Maker, which is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal
Yeah.
product. So that's the game where that's the software where you can make NES games from scratch, and it's very user friendly. Only for Windows though. That
The
was
Assassin Cast coming to a system near you.
That's right. Me and Dan, we're gonna be in the next NES game. You'll
Like
see.
Double Dragon style, Streets of Rage. Who knows?
Yeah, right. And you know what's funny? Dan should have took a picture of my face when he told me. Now the software is exactly $30 to buy. I was like, $30? Really? I'm gonna go home and buy that right now.
Yeah, Jesus, that guy was like, wow.
Oh my
So
god! Because the Kickstarter came with a bunch of stuff, and it was something like $150, I think, or maybe more. So it actually launched on Wednesday before the expo. So when he was there, you could buy the software right there on the spot, and he was selling a DVD to show you how to use it. So shout outs to them, man. They were awesome. We had some people come and talk to us from Stone Age Gamer. You'll see in the footage. He came over and kicked it with us at our table for a little bit. And what's funny is I didn't even recognize him. He came over and we were talking for a while. And he was like, "Oh yeah, Stone Age Gamer podcast." So what's up, man? He came over and chilled for a while. I got to donate something to John Hancock's collection, which will eventually be in a museum. My TRS-80 game that I picked up. It was sealed. And it was awesome because it actually had the little pinhole that it was hanging on a thing, like on a rack.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, so it was awesome. It was good, and it was something that he didn't have. I saw his video. He didn't mention me by name, but that's because he sent a whole bunch of stuff through the mail, and he had a list of people and whoever gave him stuff at the expo, and he did the video without having the box. So it's all good, man. He knows where it came from, and I also posted up a picture of me and him, so he knows it's me. But shout out to him. He said he would jump on the podcast. He was like, "Hey, if you want to get me on the podcast, it's like, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Why wouldn't I? So that's really people that we saw there, and give a big shout out to Jay that was next door to us.
Oh yeah.
That guy was cracking us up. Oh my god, he's actually in some of the footage, and it is not PG. Let me tell you. You just hear us going off.
He's doing the opposite. He's building up collections. He's going to games.
Right.
I mean, I hear him. He's going to all these expos. He's doing tables. He's doing flea markets. He's starting from the ground up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing but props to him. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Jay was awesome. He actually hooked me up with some stuff. So let's do our pickups real quick. So on that note, let me. I'll start off first because we're speaking about Jay. So at Jay's table, probably the first day we got in there. So the first people we met at the expo was the Retro Gaming Machine guys. They're awesome. But then once we got our table, we got to meet Jay. And Jay hooked me up because I was like, oh yeah, let me just check it out. And he had a small table. I didn't think he was going to have much, but he actually did. He had some good stuff there. So I picked up Resident Evil Code Veronica for the PS2. So this is a good game in general. The one to have is on the Dreamcast, but it's really expensive. So right here, I got it for the PS2, and I'm definitely going to play this one as soon as possible. I haven't put it in yet, and it's complete. He had the disc and manual with it, so I couldn't go wrong. And he gave me a good price on that, and I finally got Grand Theft Auto, the original, for PlayStation. So that was a good one. He gave me them both for a really good price. This one's actually complete, obviously. Also, it's in good shape. All the stuff was in good shape. So shout out to you, Jay, man. You were doing good there, man. And he actually had a slow day the first day with the gaming, so he started bringing toys. So unfortunately, I don't have his information on me. I don't know what I did with it. It must be in the bag or something from the expo. But he was doing a little. He was on a little slow
A lot of
side.
He-Man. He was He-Man it all day.
Yeah, man. So he brought toys the second day, and he got a good. I got a good couple people to come and get interested in it. Oh, I think I got his car right here. Hold on 1 second. Looking through my wallet on air. I'm looking through my wallet.
He's got a Costanza wallet, ladies and gentlemen. Like
This
this
stands a
guy
lot.
gives him a bad back when the way he sits on
All
it.
right, and the only difference is I got a nice shotgun shell in the middle. All right, here we go. So, JHA Collectibles. He buys, sells, and trades action figures, comics, collectibles, DVDs, CDs, toys, books, and more. And video games, of course, also. So, if you want to contact Jay, I'll give you his email. I'm not comfortable, putting out his number out there.
Not his number anyway, but yeah, email's
So
better.
yeah, so you can contact him by email. He'll get you whatever you're looking for. You give him a list. He's at a bunch of expos on the East Coast. I'm not sure about the West Coast yet, but if you're on the East Coast and you need something, you just contact him. He will find it and get it for you. His email is jhacollectibles@gmail.com. So shout out to you, Jay. So that's it for the swag. So you want to show? I just did two. Do you want to show him what you got?
Well, I'll show you the first two games I got. Everybody will know.
Oh yeah,
I have both of them setting up. I got them for the PS3 because Jeremy gave me the impression that my PS3 was PS2 compatible. Unfortunately, I didn't go through it all, and I looked, and it is not. I do not have that godly station set up, but I do have my PS3 from whenever I got it, whoever knows how long ago. So I cleaned it up and grabbed it. So I picked up the both. I don't know if people can see. It's harder for me to throw it on there. I got the two remixes of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Right. So they come out as 2.5 and 1.5. They have 6 total games on the 2 discs. They include the games from the DS. And I believe 2 of them are from the DS, and 1 of them is from the PSP.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, 2 of them from the PSP, from the DS, and then 2 that were originally set to be released and were released on the PS2.
Oh,
so
nice.
it came out 6 games and the remixes. So they add a little bit of video and backstory from the Japan releases.
Right.
But for me, like he laughed, it's just for me to start setting up. I want to start playing these through until Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out.
Yeah, so now let me get this straight. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So now that you got those 2, when you get Kingdom Hearts 3, that has 1, 2, and 3 on it. So don't technically you have them all and on a playable version, right? Like
yeah, well, Kingdom Hearts 3, I probably will not have all 3.
it comes with all 3 on it.
Is it supposed to? That's what they were talking. But I don't know if Xbox is going to get that. You know what I mean? Because Xbox doesn't have the rights to 1 and 2. So the Xbox One might get the release of the Kingdom Hearts 3, but it might not get the other 2. That's something I would personally have to research. I would have loved to have put it on the Xbox, but I've never. Again, it's only just got released. The Kingdom Hearts 3 will be the first time it's not exclusive to PlayStation. So hopefully, like you're saying, that would be amazing. Because personally, I would probably go out if they made or released all 3 on the Xbox. I would grab them all to play on the Xbox, just because my Xbox One X, it will put out a better picture than my PlayStation. But this game wasn't meant for that. Even though they're remastered, and I'm still going through a 4K TV, even though my PS3 cannot produce a 4K signal, I'm never gonna get. This game was not built to be seen in 4K. It'll go in the the 1080i, which is perfect, but it's definitely not compatible to do 4K. The Xbox One will absolutely be 4K, which will, to me, that much better. And then, I can only imagine what they're going to do with their videos. And that's what Square Enix is known for. Like, that's them. Their fucking cutscenes are phenomenal. And I think what grabs me to this game is, I always liked Disney when I was a little kid, but still, it's more about the Final Fantasy aspect to it.
Right. It's a nice RPG and has a lot of different characters in it. So it makes for a good game.
If you've never played it before, it's really like a you're playing it as a third person, but you're a party. It's you, and you pick yourself to be whatever you want. I always do warrior and mage. That's just something I always do. I never want to be defensive because that's crap. I just want to kill everything. And then on your team are your 2 partners, Donald and Goofy. Goofy's a knight, so he's there to protect. Donald's a mage, and you just going through you're going through worlds, and each world is based off of a Disney movie.
Right.
So you're Alice in Wonderland, the Colosseum with Hercules, Tarzan, and what's supposed to be better is what they're going to implement in the.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, look at how you thinking of shit.
Son of a bitch. Why is this happening?
Oh no, we've got to go quicker then, because you're never going to get through.
Oh my
All right.
God.
No, but for me, yeah, it'll just another technical difficulty, you guys. Yeah, giving these 2 games just allows me, like I said, to get back into the game and to see how it feels, and I'll go from there. Like I said, I'm still going to get Kingdom Hearts 3. It just
You're
depends.
frozen. You good?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck just happened. Are we recording?
I'm the one. I don't know.
No, we're recording. I'm just fucking with everybody. Oh my God, this fucking thing. All right, let's just get through the pickup so we can get on with this.
So, and then for you, you saw my last pickup from the actual expo itself was me picking up Wolfenstein. And I'll get to play in that after I mess around because I've got to. I'm in the middle of playing Kingdom Hearts 1, and then on the side, I'm of course on my Xbox playing Madden all day, every day.
Yeah, man, awesome.
So we've got a ton of games that I'm playing right now while I'm burning through them. But that's where I'm.
Real quick story from the expo. Dan was like, "Yeah, they don't really have a lot of Xbox One games," and I was like looking at something, and then he was like, "Oh, hey, look at this, Wolfenstein." I was like, "Yo, that's the one. That's the first one. Get that shit. How much is it? $10? Fucking buy it."
The guy's like 50% off.
Yeah,
I got $5.
You couldn't go wrong with that. Oh my God! So you did good. Good stuff. So before we lose feed again, I'll go through what I picked up. So in the beginning of the expo, me and Dan were totally unprepared. I mean, we got a lot of the stuff done that we needed to, but one of the things we didn't get done for the console cleaner, which I probably should have grabbed some for the actual podcast, but we were selling our console cleaner there, and I wanted to have a display of a few consoles that it works on. So when we got there, all I had was my Dreamcast, which I cleaned up for real this time. It's over there just chilling. And I literally ran away from the table for maybe 10 minutes, and my whole thing was when I was going to the expo, I wanted to get an NES. So I was looking around for one because I was like, if I'm going to buy a console to clean, it's going to be one I want for my collection. So I actually have a pristine box from 1988 that was actually my father bought for me, and the NES is missing. So I was like, you know what? Let me pick one up while I'm at the expo. So lo and behold, I got the NES. And it does work. I finally tested it, which is the next part of this pickup. I cleaned it complete. So you guys could see this is in great shape now. But it didn't look like this when I bought it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So for the expo, we taped it right down the middle, and I cleaned one side. And anybody that came over and actually looked at the console cleaner was like, okay, this stuff is awesome. So I still stand behind that, and obviously it came complete, came with the controller. Only one, there was two when it came with it, so I do have to pick up another controller, but it does work. And that brings me to my second part of this pickup. So I needed a game to test, and obviously I had the action set, and the action set comes with Super Mario with Duck Hunt. So I was like, you know what, I actually waited till the last day of the expo so I could find one that looked decent for a decent price. And actually, when I went to browse Sunday morning, I came across a black box game loose. And I was like, wow, that's hard to find. So I'm like, you know what, let me go back later in the day. Hopefully nobody snatches it up. I was going to make them hold it. And me and Dan went back at the end of the expo. Couldn't find it. I was like, son of a bitch, somebody bought Super Mario Brothers. Just Super Mario. This cartridge, believe it or not, is really hard to find. Because anybody who had this game got it with the system. So if you bought an NES in the 80s, you got the one with Duck Hunt on it. Or if you got it late 80s, you had Super Mario, Duck Hunt, and World Class Track Meet. There was a 3 cartridge game. So luckily, I found it. I got it for a good price, and obviously, there's no box. I have it in this protective box because they came today for one of my next pickups. But before I get to that, because that's a great story, we were just browsing around, and I came across Die Hard for the PS1, and it's actually
I remember playing that too. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I remember playing that a lot.
So this actually is a
POV.
Ubisoft game. You see that? It's a
Yeah.
Ubisoft game, which is amazing.
Good game.
Yeah, so it actually has 3 games on here: Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Die Harder, and Die Hard with a Vengeance, where he goes through Manhattan. So it's actually a really good game. I got it for $8, and it's greatest hits. And we've said this before on the podcast. People steer away from greatest hits, but the truth of the matter is, greatest hits are going to be harder to find later down the road because the game did so well that they released another set of them at a limited number. So if you come across greatest hits, it's not the worst thing ever, So it was a good find. So that was my 2 PS1 finds, my PS2 finds, and my NES finds. So now we'll get to my last 2 pickups, which I'm pretty sure are the last 2. Oh, besides the comic book, which I don't know what's for. Oh, and I got the PS2 controller. Needed a PS2 controller. It's over there.
As you guys can see, he's like a child. Letting him run from our table was like the worst idea ever. This guy came back with bags of shit on a regular basis.
Yeah, the first day from the expo, I had way too many bags of shit. So
one thing each day.
Exactly. All right. So now, next to the retro gaming machine guys, there was a table. Me and Dan walked over to him because something caught our eye. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was Super Nintendo because we were trying to see if he was yellow too.
Oh, yeah, right. So we were trying to see how his Super Nintendo looked because we were thinking about cleaning it. And he had a bunch of Super Nintendo games that were boxed. And I was like looking through it, and I said to Dan, I was like, yo, there's some good stuff here. And he was like, oh, how much does he want for it? And I looked at this guy. I was like, how much you want for these games? So he goes, they're all $25 a piece. So I looked at Dan, and I'm like, why are they so cheap? And he goes, well, they're missing the manual. I was like, So I looked around, and I'm like, okay, it had Donkey Kong Country in the box. Pretty decent shape, too, for being in the box. And Street Fighter 2 Turbo, also in the box. So I said to him, I was like, you know what? I'll just buy the Donkey Kong Country because I thought 25 isn't bad. So I bought it, and we went through the rest of the expo. So I was like, wow, I got a boxed Super Nintendo game, right? So we're cruising around, and lo and behold, we go and run into another good friends of ours up in the front of the expo because it was like a circle. You can go around the whole place, which I think they had a layout in the thing, but it's pretty much was like a circle that you just walk around, and they had different things at different places, and a lot of first walked in. So we get over there, and I was talking to him earlier, and we were having fun on the lunch line. We were all talking shit. And one of the guys over there was like, yo, man, you have manuals? And he's like, yeah, I have a whole bunch. I'm like, you have Super Nintendo manuals? He's like, yeah. He's like, they're all mixed together, though. And I went through one stack. I'm like, I didn't see either or. So then, now mind you, I already bought Donkey Kong Country. I'm like, you have Donkey Kong Country? He's like, oh, hold on. Boom, pulls out the manual. I was like, nice. I was like, yo, do you have Street Fighter 2 Turbo? He's like, matter of fact, I think we do. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Let me see. So he goes through the stack, boom, gives me Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So I ran back to that table right from there. I was like, Dan, wait right here. Ran all the way back, and I got both complete in box with the manuals. Boom, 25 a piece. So that was a great deal. Donkey Kong Country keeps fluctuating in price. So, one day that's a good deal. The other day it might be on the low side from what I paid on the manual. But Street Fighter 2 has stayed relatively the same. Well, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But I got them both complete in box. Fucking awesome. That was probably my best 2 finds at the expo right there.
I told you what's sadder is I have all of them and I can't find them.
Right. I mean, come on. That's what sucks, right?
He was teasing me. I gave some pictures of my attic at my parents' place trying to find the fucking gaming systems me and my brothers used to have. It was a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
They're sweating like Patrick Ewing on a hard-fought basketball game, and I found nothing, and I was up there for like 3 hours.
So bad.
And I maybe touched 10% of it.
Right. So So actually, that was awesome. Awesome finds. We had an awesome time. Great people. A lot of cosplay. So at this point in time, you guys get to check out that footage right now.
Buenos dias. What's up?
Welcome to the best podcast in New York.
It's way too early for the best podcast in New York. We're on the way to the expo. Wow, this video looks crazy good,
Yeah,
man.
it does, man.
That's crazy.
We need to get a tan.
Anyway, we're on the way to the expo. Check the shirt. Damn, I'm having technical difficulties already.
Yeah, a little turn. Once I heard the what, I might have turned it a little harder.
Oh my god. Alright, check in later. Peace. Yo, we're live at the expo. Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. Check this shit out, ready? It is packed out here. And this is just the line to get in. Me and Dan, we're trying to get something to eat, but it ain't happening.
Yeah, because these lines are longer than the one to get in.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. So we're gonna get back at you guys while we're at the table, and maybe we'll do a topic or two live at the expo, so people can see us talking and whatnot. So yeah, you got to come check this out. It's a good turnout. We got to meet John Hancock. Yeah, gave him some of the video game console cleaner, and what else? Who else did I meet? Oh, we also met Stone Age Gamer. His podcast. He came and dropped by. He was talking to us for a while. Hopefully, we'll get him on the podcast sooner or later. That's good. That's a little update for you guys. Wait till we get up on the floor. You're gonna see some more stuff. All right, we're live at the table. Check the outcome right here. You got Dan's face in the way, but hey, check out all of this stuff going on. We got a lot of people out here. We got footage. We got a good friend next door selling some good old games. And, the floor's been packed. We're in the back. Alright. Ow now, brown cow. Live from the expo.
The skeleton uses shampoo in the shower. Oh, we're recording.
Oh my god. So yeah, we're live at the expo right now. Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. And I just saw Crash Bandicoot pass by. Maybe we could flip it around to the other side. Actually, you know what? How about not?
Yeah. I'm trying to forget I even saw the guy a little longer. I got to see him again.
So, we're representing the podcast. We're in full effect, full force. We got the console cleaner up for sale, which, it's hit or miss. You know how that goes. And, we haven't even got to do shopping yet, so
we will. Check out some
pretty
real retro
soon.
games.
I think we're going to get to doing some shopping around 4. So that's the plan, man.
Well, you guys, by the time you see this, you already hit it up.
Right.
Now you're missing out.
So maybe for this footage that we've been taking all day today and some bloopers, we get the bloopers going on.
Yeah, plenty of them, unfortunately.
So we got people browsing around, checking out our table and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Did you see anything good so far?
Still waiting. Like the people next to us. You guys selling me. All I had to do was see a little link and sold. But yeah, they got some real cool shit here. And they went all out. It's bigger than I thought. There's a lot of people here.
It's definitely bigger than I thought.
Hopefully everybody, if you didn't get a chance to see this one, you'll hit the next one. They have it over in the Meadowlands. Anybody on the East Coast?
Oh yeah, that's right. Where do we got that? So they stopped by. They wanted us to grab a table, but we're not sure. But Video Game Con. It's September 15th and 16th at the Meadowlands. So you should probably check that out. We got to meet John Hancock today. We got to meet, we already said that before. So, it's been an interesting day for sure. Definitely going to do some shopping. Maybe we'll do some pickups later.
And then we can show you guys, what we actually went and bought.
That's right. Show you what we ended up coming home with. So, that's it. We'll check back with you later. I want to take some footage of the actual show floor. You can see how this shit's going. And actually, we got some guys across the way selling arcade machines, custom arcade machines.
Yeah.
We want to get them on the podcast too. They said they'll jump on real quick to check us out. Well, anyway, see you in a few.
Peace.
What's going on? A little video update. We're on the way back from the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. It went pretty well. We actually got some good pickups. We're going to show you guys this upcoming podcast. But it went well. We had a good time. We got some good deals on some stuff. Dan whooped my ass in Street Fighter Tournament Edition, Street Fighter 2. Oh no, wait, yeah,
Street Fighter 2 tournament.
Yeah, Tournament
matters.
Edition.
Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 9. He would have lost.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I lost. What are you gonna do? But it was a good time. So
Really
we're
was.
in the car.
Anybody
We're
that
fucking
got-
tired.
Like I said, anybody that missed it, check out the next one that we sent the metal
Right.
Hands over.
Next one, next Long Island Retro Gaming Expo is going to be next year.
Wow.
But the next expo coming up, we're going to be at is a video game con at the Meadowlands, which is going to be cool. We're going to have a table there to promote, to sell the console cleaner or promote the podcast. But we'll be around, so if you run into us, come check us out. And we definitely networked with a bunch of people. We talked to the guy from NES Maker. We're going to try and get him on the podcast, tell us all about that, which is available right now for you to buy. It is not in its complete stages, he was telling us, but
Still pretty sick.
it's pretty sick. You can make a complete game for the NES, so that's cool. We talked with John Hancock for a few, donating something to his museum when that comes around. What else? Who else did we see? We saw Stone Age Gamer from his podcast. What's up?
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Glad he came to hang out with us for a little while. I think maybe tomorrow for Sunday's Day, we're going to get the guys from across the way from our table that do the bar top arcades. We'll get them to talk for a little bit. And I'm going to get some footage of the floor so you guys can see what's going on. We missed a few panels because it's hard to get someone to watch the table. So
Yeah.
luckily we'll have the wife with us.
She may not know what she's supposed to do, but she'll find
Right. I mean, she'll see how her man could sell ice to an Eskimo. By the way, you look like a guy that could watch a podcast. You watch podcasts,
Yes,
right?
Why don't you check out the best podcast?
So, anyway, we'll check up with you guys for tomorrow, which is Sunday. And hopefully tonight I'll be releasing the last episode, which by this time watching this one, you would have seen the last one. That was a week behind, but we were trying to get ready for this, so it's good stuff. Anything else, Dan?
No, man. Keep watching.
Keep watching. We're out here. We're out here. We're doing it.
Living the dream.
All right, we'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.
I saw that. Somebody has to be seeing this shit. Are you guys seeing this shit? I think there's.
You're not even recording it.
Oh no, it's recording.
Oh, all right.
We're on.
You see that little baby there? The baby just winked at Jeremy. Doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, baby.
It wasn't in it.
All right, man. We're up at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. This is part 2. Hasn't been going too well. Well, I mean, it's early. What is it, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
It's still
Whatever time
going.
it
It's
is.
still, yep, not as many people here today as there were yesterday.
Yeah.
But expect that on Sunday.
Right. And
I was able to get some of my own stuff.
oh yeah, show them what you got.
So I picked up, even though I have to get it on the PS3, I got the remastered edition of Kingdom Hearts. So it'll come with the original and the next two set up, one on the DS. And I believe my other one was on the PSP.
Right.
I'll have the first 3, and I already have the other one at home. So I'll finish those, getting ready for me to blow through and get to the third one.
Exactly. Stan's catching up on his Kingdom Hearts.
I gotta remember. I remember the stories, but God, I must have played the first one. I think it came out 10 years ago.
Right. And then he's also getting the one on PS4, which is coming. So you're gonna have like all of them.
I can actually get it on the Xbox One X. It's not exclusive.
I mean,
anymore.
Xbox One.
Yeah, it's not going to be exclusive anymore. These
Soul Chat.
titles are the original. Obviously, Kingdom Hearts was on
Oh, you know
PS2.
what I meant to tell you what pisses me off? When the parents come by with the kids, right? And the little kids. Don't let the kids fucking touch everything because they're sitting there going. And I'm like, dude,
Just broke the integrity of the box.
Like once in a while, the parents will actually have some sense and they go, don't touch, don't touch. But the kids like fucking poking the carded figures, like the play. I'm like, and how do you like tell the kids, get your fucking heads off it without the parents saying, and not
You
fucking
scare
up.
them. Yeah, dude,
Like
don't
this,
look.
just look at them like,
You touch it, you buy it.
yeah,
Oh,
seriously.
my God.
Hey, that little pricky.
Trials and tribulations of the Expo, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what happens.
And you guys got that little inside scoop.
I think the moral of the story is they didn't buy it.
Right.
So that hurts feelings.
So when you don't buy something,
Touch what you want. You touch, you buy.
You break it, you bought it. There you go. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough crowd today, but it might start picking up. Dan already made a purchase. I didn't yet. There's something catching my eye, and honestly, I can't spend that money on it, so it's not gonna happen. But
I'll believe when I see it.
right.
He's carrying bags with him up today.
So that's really the story. I'm gonna actually hit the floor and get some footage of the floor so you guys can see what's up. It's not as busy as it was yesterday, but you guys can check it out and see what's going on. Yeah, that's it for now. Maybe we'll set it up right here so you can see us making all these funny ass jokes in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check out with you later. Peace.
Background, but gold, same price.
Look at him. Hey, what's going on? How are you doing? You guys good today? You enjoying the expo?
Donkey Kong, that's you gotta get up.
Jeez, I don't think I said anything that was like horrible.
Yeah, well,
See this
say
shit?
what up to but he said what up to somebody's woman. He says to them, yeah, he's got a problem with that right here. These parts.
Oh man, we're serious dicks at the expo. Like, look, we got Donkey Kong walking by. What's up, Donkey Kong? What's going on, man? All right, I'm holding you to that.
Who the hell is?
What?
I said, who the hell is?
Just acknowledging.
I sure as shit did it, but hey, I'll take the picture.
Hey, why not, right? Why not? Oh my God. You can't see the floor, but there's some weirdos walking around.
The key to my heart.
Oh my God. This is out of control. I'm like not in the shot. I'm here though. I'm here though. Oh, got some approaches. Got some approaches.
Is this the wheel or is it just like the box?
Just the box because people want to complete their game that don't have the box.
That's right.
Got the box and
It's the one. It's a white one too, right?
Yeah, it's the white one. Best one.
you really want it, just keep it 25.
So what's going on, man? What is going on? You want to get on the podcast? Let me show to everybody on the podcast.
Yeah, we got Donkey Kong in the house
I
here.
forgot my tie at home. I had 2 ties laid out.
Oh my God.
On the fucking bed.
Yeah, that's what.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. So, yo, what do you got? What do you want to say on the best podcast in New York?
So I've been hearing some rumors that a certain reptile, big scaly loser, is coming to Smash. I want them to know it's my home territory, alright? He ain't stand Banana's chance, alright? He's not ready for this.
Oh my God, going in. Going in.
I would like a mug.
Why not? The old one.
Where are they getting these fucking mugs from? I guess we'll find out. Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, guys? Doing good. You listen to podcasts?
A little bit here and there.
Yeah, you should check us out. The Assassin We do movies and gaming. Yeah.
Got a card or anything?
Actually, I don't. Unfortunately, we didn't bring cards, but if you want, you can take a picture. You know, yeah. And we're also in the pamphlet for the expo. So if you come across us, yeah, definitely.
Perfect. It's as good as a card.
Perfect. Yeah, right. Works out.
Yeah, I totally didn't take a picture.
Yeah, he was like snap.
It's like they hold the elevator for someone. You ever do that before? Where you like, they run into the elevator door, but you don't want the thing to stop. Retro writing as a service?
Retro writing. I mean, I can possibly do it. What are you retro writing?
And C64. The one like that, right? Or
No,
you
you're
can
saying
add
Nintendo 64?
Commodore 64.
Oh, Commodore 64. Yeah, that might have to be retro-rated actually.
I could do it. This is a possibility.
Is that like a card or my mother?
You know what? Let me give you my number.
Okay. Hey, where are you guys located?
I'm in Amityville. He's in Oakdale.
Oh, okay.
He would do more. But I would mess with the rest of
would
you.
do
Would
it.
do it. He's thanks.
Yeah, I mean, if I have something at Retro Bright, I would do them together, honestly.
Yeah.
Let me, yeah, I mean, if you have, what?
What's that?
I'm sorry, if you have any other consoles, this cleaner works amazing. I use it on accessories, consoles, cartridges. You just can't get it on the label or anything painted. But, I mean, this is before and after. This shit is no joke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I bought this on the floor yesterday to clean. I taped it off. I did half. One is 15, two for 25, and then we got a big one for 30, depending on what you got. Hold on.
How many milliliters?
How much of the bottle do you use just for like just this half?
It really doesn't even take that much. Hold on one second.
Yeah, like so you goes through. It depends. Like he gets crazy because he wants it to like glisten. Yeah. But yeah, like for these type of games, you don't need that much. Man. We just said if I had like a full Dreamcast or full this with all the cords and everything,
So you said you can't get on labels though, right?
Oh, you can't get it on the labels or anything painted.
Like paint down to like paint, he can pull, but this
Right.
stuff no.
I'll show
This
you real
one-
quick. I'll do a little bit so you guys can see.
This one's fine.
Yo, we're coming back from the expo. We're talking about Laura Croft. They got eaten by the big Laura Croft. Yeah, you're gonna make it right up here.
I know.
So yeah, we're on the way back home. We left a little early, 2 hours early, man. We're both shot. But it was a good time. We got some good pickups. Obviously, you can see the weather. It's pouring right now, so people are getting caught up in the weather. You know, we were talking about Donkey Kong. That was funny.
You'll see him on our cast.
Yeah, you'll definitely see him on the upcoming podcast.
Make him tell the guy next time, get a fucking tie.
Yeah,
Do it right.
Dan was giving him shit because he left the house without his tie, his little baby tie. So like, come on, you didn't do it right. Another thing is,
Yeah, he didn't forget his giant banana stuffed animal.
right. Another thing is, we were talking with a cosplayer that was Link yesterday, and this motherfucker was such a dick. He didn't want to take a picture with everybody because, God forbid, he didn't eat anything. And let me tell you something. I didn't get to eat till like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, being a vendor at the vendor table promoting the podcast. Like, fuck out of here, man. We have some good expo etiquette, Link. Seriously. And Big Laura Croft, don't give him some shit, all right? Don't stick up for him. Anyway, so we had a good time. We got some good pickups. We're definitely gonna do pickups, so you're gonna see what we got. And well, that's it for now. Phone's about to die. I'll check in with you guys later. Peace. All right, so those are the bloopers, and they are funny as fuck. So we hope you enjoyed, and even that little bit about Billy Mitchell, that definitely made it into the bloopers. So that was good stuff. We should do a best of the podcast next time. So we hope you guys enjoyed this little podcast. We got to speak on the expo. You guys got to see bloopers. You got to see some pickups, but no topics this week. Next week, we're back on the grind. Hit you with the movies and the gaming because there is a lot of news that we didn't get to, which we would definitely not have time to get to either way. So I'm Jeremy Malspina. That's my man, Dan McCarthy. Always point the wrong way. He's over there. And we're signing out.
Peace.
Peace, bitches.